Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the 129th commencement exercises of the Marcellus Central School District. Please remain standing for the national anthem and the singing of the alma mater, led by our senior choir members. Everyone is encouraged to sing. The words to the alma mater can be found in your program. Seniors?
Go. So say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Sing a song for old Marcellus, shout aloud the cheer, lift our hearts and voices in a ringing song. Old Marcellus, best of high schools, school we love most dear, may thy sons and daughters thy name revere.
Thank you, seniors. You may be seated. It's my honor to introduce the distinguished members of the Marcellus Central School District Board of Education, our honored guests at the dais, and teachers who are sharing the stage with the class of 2022. Some are in front and some are behind. I would like to recognize them. If you can please hold your applause to the end. This is a lengthy list. To my left, I have, or behind the stage, I have Laura Coons and Rocky Tangretti, our Superintendent of Schools, Michelle Brantner, our Assistant Superintendent, Jean Charlo, our commencement speaker, Mr. Andy Hunter, our Director of Technology, Mr. Eric Hubbard, our Athletic Director, Mr. Michael Free, our DMS Principal, Katie Cook, our Director of Special Education, Kara Lux, and our Assistant Principal at the middle school, Michael Morgan. And over on the other side, I have our Board President, Mike McAuliffe, Board Member Sean Eady, and Board Member Kelly Rossiter. And joining them are Tyler Cooper, a science teacher, and Zach Arthur, an English teacher here at the high school. Welcome and thank you. To open the commencement exercises and welcome our honored guests and graduates, I'd like to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Michelle Brantner.
Good morning, graduates, district staff, Board of Education members, family, and friends. And as Mr. Durkee mentioned, my name is Michelle Brantner, and I've been the very proud superintendent of this school district for the past 6 years. I do have a few remarks I'd like to make today, but before I do so, those of you that are joining us here in Marcellus, maybe for the first time, might not be aware that this is a very special community. I learned it almost immediately when I arrived, which is, there's a whole nother story that goes along with that. But I learned that one of the things that makes it special is that so many people choose to stay here or return here to raise their families. And so would you just indulge me, if you graduated from Marcellus, would you stand up? So hopefully those of you joining us for the first time looked around. You just saw the heartbeat of the Marcellus community. This day, we're here to celebrate the accomplishments and achievements of the class of 2022. And as an educator for many years and a parent, graduation for me is always a time of mixed emotions. There's a lot of joy watching the young people that we've cared for over the years leave our doors, ready to enter the next phase of their lives. At the same time, I think about how much I and all of us here at school will miss the gifts and talents of this particular class that they have freely shared with us during their time in school. Of course, the parent side of me can also feel the joy of having eventually the vision of a smaller grocery bill and fewer random items to pick up around the house. But mixed with that is certainly sadness that someone very special won't be as close as they have been for the past 18 years. So today for me marks my 20th graduation speech that I have written and delivered. So all of you that thought I was 25, sorry. As I thought about my message to you graduates today, I couldn't help but think maybe I'm just plain starting to run out of graduation speech ideas. I mean, how many original themes are really out there to use? I could talk to you about the excellence you displayed while you were here, and of course your outstanding work ethic and perseverance. Certainly I could talk about that dreaded 5-letter word, COVID, and the impact that it had on our lives. I could encourage you to embrace change or look to the future or some other equally appropriate theme. As a class, you've certainly displayed academic greatness. You've worked hard, and you've learned a lot over the course of your schooling here in Marcellus. Your teachers have tried to improve your literacy skills, teach you math, even when you were fairly certain you would never use it in the real world. And they did their best to ensure that you understood important historical events. Of course, I'm proud of your ability to take all that in, but honestly, what I value most about you and about the experiences you've had in this district and this community is that you've been shown all the tools necessary to be good people. Your teachers and your parents partnered together and not only taught you classroom content, but they taught you life. You've had opportunities to try out community service, to help someone in need. You've been asked to tell the truth, to be a good role model to the younger students. You've been pushed to take responsibility for your actions and to be a leader, not a follower. You've been asked to embrace change and be flexible when things don't go your way, and you were expected to stand up for others who were not being treated as they should be. We've encouraged your honesty and expected that apologies be made when someone was wronged. Someone once said that the true character of a person really shows when one does good things, even when no one is watching. As we've nurtured you and been role models for you and taught you about good character, we've always been right there beside you, watching over you and correcting you when something went wrong. Well, I have a news flash. The faucet shuts off today. Soon, you will be spreading your wings and moving on to a much more independent chapter in your lives. The character you've developed will be tested, truly tested, and for some of you, for the very first time. So I ask you today, graduates, what will you do when no one is watching? Will you serve others? Will you apologize when you do something wrong? Will you take responsibility for your actions? Will you be honest and sincere and care for others? I actually feel like, after watching you grow since the time you entered the 7th grade, that I could answer this question on your behalf by saying yes. In fact, a resounding yes. Not only did you pass your exams, finish your final projects, write papers, but you've become outstanding people in the process. As you go forward from here today, no matter what happens in your lives, the only thing that will stand the test of time and truly distinguish you is your character. I'm proud of the great people you've become, and I know that your integrity will show through even when this community of stalkers stops watching you. And you know, when you grow up in an amazing town like Marcellus, everyone is watching. 6 years ago, I was fortunate enough to be selected to lead this school district. 6 years ago, you entered the 7th grade. That day, I pledged to myself that I would do my best to provide you with a school that was clean, safe, open for in-person learning as much as possible, even when you were pretty certain there was too much snow to have school, and full of rich learning opportunities and people that would care for you. I have done my very best to do that. 6 years later, here you are, amazing, bright, shining stars. Watch out, world. Here comes the Marcellus School District Class of 22. On behalf of the staff of the Marcellus School District and the Board of Education, you have our congratulations, and you will truly be missed. Thank you.
Slideshow. The KCH roller skating parties, the 5th grade wax museum, the 8th grade trip to Niagara Falls, or the ropes course at Arenda Springs, junior prom, senior ball, crystal ball cruise, sports, plays, concerts. All of these are integral parts of the tradition and bond of Marcellus. One tradition in the senior is the senior slideshow at commencement. The class of 22 would like to share this with you. The slideshow has been arranged by Ryan Flynn, John White, and the rest of the yearbook staff. Get your tissues ready now. It is my sincere honor to introduce our senior class co-president, Eve Chapman, to address the class of 2022. Eve?
Good morning. Welcome school administrators, Board of Education members, faculty, staff, students, families, friends, and other community members. Good morning, Mr. Durkee, Mrs. Charlo, and Mrs. Brantner. 42.98 degrees north, 76.34 degrees west. Marcellus, New York, our home. What a home it has been. My name is Eve Chapman, and as you may imagine, writing a 3 to 5 minute speech to commemorate a life event such as this, and to do so in a way that honors my fellow classmates and all of our incredible accomplishments is no easy feat. I spent weeks debating what is important enough to eat up this precious time we have together today. Should I mention my intense fear of public speaking? Probably not right now. So how about 6th grade Olympics, Niagara Falls, or the enduring splinters gathered at the old KCH playground? How about the fun and rainy reverse senior skip day, finally being top dog in the middle school just to again become the youngest, and the countless ice cream socials? Or how about the magic of ball weekend, or the last of something that each of us experienced this year? For me, that was walking off the soccer field for the last time. That was walking through the halls of our district one last time as a grade in our caps and gowns. That is today. These life moments aren't always easy, but good or bad, they are who we are. I'd be remiss to not mention COVID and what it did to us and took from us, but I also have to tell you what it gave to us. My family grew closer. I learned about myself. I further evolved, becoming the determined and strong woman you see before you now. But I don't want to talk about COVID. I'm not letting it take any more from us if I can control it. It's not going to eat up this monumental time we have together. I'd rather talk about freshman orientation, a day which in the past I had dreaded. I felt uneasy about entering high school and beginning the next chapter of my life. It can be intimidating to age and approach new life experiences. Such was the case as freshmen, and such is the case today as we look towards our futures. Class of 2022, whether you're going out to university next fall, working, training, traveling, or just creating, I hope you do so with the passion and strength I've seen define our grade these past 4 years. The Marcellus community took us in under its wings and allowed all of us to grow, flourish, and prosper. We sat out in the seats of this auditorium 4 years ago as kids, many in our awkward stages, myself included, some of us excited and some of us frightened. And today, we sit here on this stage as young adults. We are determined, passionate, and I would imagine wiser. Unlike 4 years ago, today we are ready to face our futures. We are ready to move on to bigger and better things. We are ready to go out into the world and find ourselves. Today is both an ending and a beginning for the class of 2022. While I'm sad to see these past 4 enchanting years come to an end, I'm likewise thrilled to see what we as Marcellus graduates will achieve. Class of 2022, I'm proud of us. After all that was thrown our way, all the challenges we faced, we made it. Never forget to be fearless, to do what is right even if it is hard, and value the present. Enjoy this next summer together, and then go out and reach for the stars. Guys, dream big, for I have all the faith in the world that any one of us can reach the moon. Thank you, Marcellus, and thank you, class of 2022. It has truly been an honor.
Thank you, Eve. Before I read the next citation, I would ask all the members in the audience and on the stage who have served our country in military service to please stand and remain standing as I read the following citation. Marcellus Senior High School students have a proud tradition of military service to their country. From the battlefields of the American Revolution and Civil War to the sands of Normandy to the deserts of the Middle East, Mustangs have fought valiantly and honored their country, their community, and their families. The class of 2022 has 4 graduates who have chosen service to country, and I would ask them to come forward as I call their names to join the hallowed group that stands before us today. Cadence Phillips has enlisted in the United States Army. Aiden Cook has enlisted in the United States Navy. Tyler Hare has enlisted in the United States Air Force. Daniel Mitchell has accepted a nomination to the United States Military Academy at West Point. Thank you. You may be seated. Except for Danny. We have another little tradition here in Marcellus that I would like to share with you. Daniel Mitchell has demonstrated academic competence, high moral character, and leadership potential and athletic abilities that have allowed him to compete for and win an appointment to the United States Military Academy. Each year, over 14,000 young men and women apply for admission to West Point, and just over 1,000 are accepted. Those who are accepted will spend the next 4 years at historic West Point along the banks of the Hudson River and the various training sites across the country. West Point is the world's premier leadership institute, a place which has produced such famous leaders as President Eisenhower, President Grant, Generals Lee, MacArthur, Patton, and Petraeus. West Point's education and training program will give Dan the opportunity to develop his full potential and prepare him for service to our country and our fellow citizens. Daniel will receive a full 4-year undergraduate scholarship, and upon completion from West Point, he will have a Bachelor's of Science degree, and he will be commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army. I've asked Colonel Nancy Stevens to join me and present Danny with his nomination. Dan, on behalf of the President of the United States, the Secretary of Defense, and the Superintendent of the United States Military Academy, it gives me great pleasure to announce the appointment and admission of Daniel Robert Mitchell to the United States Military Academy. Welcome to the Roaring Gray Lion. One of the long-standing traditions of Marcellus Senior High School has been that of honors graduates. We honor students who have consistently achieved a high honor roll average of 92 or better during the first 3.5 years of high school. I would ask the following to stand and remain standing when I call their names. Please hold your applause to the end, as this list contains 63 members. Caitlin Worden, Aiden Wiley, John White, Ava Watling, Austin Voss, Matthew Vitale, Madeline Vetch, Katie Tierney, Adam Sullivan, Miranda Stewart, Heidi Stegerwald, Molly Stanton, Anna Spitzer, Holly Southern, Haley Satter, Mila Salvagno, Emma Roseboom, Hannah Rogalia, Addison Roberts, Natalie Randolph, Lucy Powell, Kate O'Leary, Daniel O'Connor, Emily Moses, Peggy Morocco, Daniel Mitchell, Michaela Meyer, Brielle McShane, Alyssa McShane, Gina McGivern, Peter McCaffrey, Jenna Madison, Lauren Masters, Skylar Maris, Catherine McLaughlin, Emma McLaughlin, Chloe Mack, Eunice Kim, Haley Hudson, Gabe Hogue, Mason Grebe, Elaine Grattan, Liam Goldsworthy, Grady Germain, Aubrey Frere, Ryan Flynn, Michael Flynn, Timothy Finn, Brooklyn Finardi, Lauren Faulkner, Kendall Eaton, Thomas Donahue, Marcus Darminio, Danielle Kopp, Jack Conklin, Angelina Coleman, Gavin Ciota, Eve Chapman, Emma Carver, Hannah Card, Hunter Byrne, Quinn Burnett, and Tyler Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, our honors graduates. Sorry. That's all right. Sorry, I forgot Annalise Bird. She's my last bird, so congratulations. You may be seated. One amongst the honors graduates has been chosen to speak on behalf of the entire student body. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you this year's honor speaker and co-president of the class, Mr. Johnny White.
Yes, he had me put it down there. Good morning. By show of hands, class of 2022, how many of us are ready to graduate? Don't be afraid to put them up. Hold them high, low, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yes, I can see the excitement and the sadness, and I feel it too. And by show of hands from the audience, how many of you are ready for us to graduate? I think I see my mom over there. She definitely doesn't have her hand up. Yep, there she is. I'm just kidding. But yes, I can see the eagerness and buzz in all of us. Well, today I'm eager, thrilled, but most importantly, honored to speak before all of you. I would like to begin by thanking the many people that made today possible. To the teachers and faculty who worked for our betterment as students to educate us and get us to this point, thank you. To Mr. Durkee, our principal, who has not only been a proud supporter of us for 4 years and has turned down the air conditioning, I think, to 55? 55. Yeah, that's pretty good. But he's championed our success. Thank you. To our school administration and Superintendent Mrs. Brantner and the entire Board of Education, we are sincerely grateful for all that you have done for our education at Marcellus. Thank you also to the staff, custodial, food service, transportation, maintenance, all the nurses, the SROs, and all the secretaries. Your work does not go unnoticed, and we are truly fortunate for your commitment to making this place run and doing what it does so that we can grow as learners of life. Most notably, and I would be remiss if I didn't say this, thank you to our parents. You are the reason for our success and achievement on this day. Thank you for providing the support and love we truly need in our lives. Additionally, thank you to all the family, friends, and community members who are present, but also those unable to be here today. You have helped to make us who we are. Now, who are we? That is a valid question. A rather easy question to some, and a difficult one for others. This is a question we can answer today, but one that will most certainly take some time to fully understand and decipher. Right now, our answer is students. That is who we currently are. But moments from now, our answer will be graduates. And years from now, our answer will be alumni. But as cliche as it sounds, today and every day, we are and will always be Mustangs. That is truthfully who we are. We are Mustangs. As we are gathered here today, I find it appropriate to review how we have become true Marcellus Mustangs. If we can learn and accept a last final instruction, it is that a Marcellus Mustang embodies 3 important virtues: courage, compassion, and humility. As we depart from this school and seek our next adventure, we will take hold of these virtues and continue to live out the Mustang way. First, a Mustang has the courage to show up and put in the work in the classroom, on the field, on the stage, or in the community. We all have been courageous. These past 2 years of navigating COVID has been our true shine of courage. We had to change our ways and adapt to the new environment that still exists today. In our time as students of a pandemic, we learned that living in this challenging world didn't make us weaker, but made us stronger and bolder. We learned that to be a Mustang, we must not live in this unprecedented time, but rather ourselves be precedented, be strong, and be courageous in our own lives and our education. We had to embrace being the fearless leaders and individuals that not only our schooling demanded, but so too did our nation. Second, a Mustang demonstrates the compassion to serve others with dignity and love, to see the decency in doing good, just as we were taught at KCH to never hurt anyone on the inside or the outside. We are compassionate because by joining clubs such as Character Ed or SAD, by being a part of the honor societies, by living out those profound words that we learned at KCH, by selflessly choosing to sit with those who sit alone at lunch, by running to hold the door for others in the morning and kindly saying hello, by walking your buddy down to the nurse if they got injured on the playground in elementary school, by leading efforts that benefit our great community, and by just being the good and kind people that our world so desperately needs. We have shown true and admirable compassion. Finally, a Mustang epitomizes humility, which demands that greatness be achieved in all disciplines and facets of life, and to always remember that we are a representation of Marcellus wherever we end up. Whether we go to college, join the workforce, or enter the military, we are all Mustangs. This is our home. This is where we learned and where we have sacrificed our time to be better students, athletes, musicians, club members, teammates, classmates, friends, and community members. And ultimately, we became better people, and we became Mustangs. When we achieve immeasurable greatness in our future, people will know Marcellus not because of what we did, but because of where we have learned and have grown to become such courageous, compassionate, and humble people. With that, I will now ask for some participation from my classmates, as well as from the audience. Like Mrs. Brantner mentioned earlier, it is a blessing to grow up in Marcellus, and I would ask those who are an alumni of Marcellus Senior High School in the audience to again please stand, and don't be afraid to. Please remain standing. Gotcha. Class of 2022, this is who we are bound to be. We are going to represent this school wherever we end up, just as these people currently do. We will continue to be the champions of courage, compassion, and humility, just as the individuals before us. Will the class of 2022 please stand as well? Those of us standing here today, we are and will always be Marcellus Mustangs. We will continue to be courageous, compassionate, and humble. And as a reminder to ourselves and our future, I would now ask that those standing please join me in one final lesson before we finish. On our last day together, I find it appropriate and necessary to do this short exercise. Well, here we go. So when I say Marcellus, you will all proudly call back Mustangs. Pretty simple. I think we can do it. Now, I know some of us are not, or we all should be of the age and education level to do this, but even some of us forget to follow directions, so I'll do this simply and slowly, but I know you can stay on it, so let's practice. When I say Marcellus, you say Mustangs. Not good enough. When I say Marcellus, you say Mustangs. Marcellus. Mustangs. Marcellus. Mustangs. Marcellus. Mustangs. We are and will always be Marcellus. Congratulations, class of 2022. It has been my distinct honor and privilege to lead you and be a part of an amazing group of Mustangs. I wish you all the best of luck, and may God bless this great nation of ours, this great community of ours, and this great class of 2022, who will forever be Marcellus. Mustang. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Johnny. How do you follow that? I can't even say anything. God. Thank you, Johnny. The Marcellus Central School District has a long and storied history of excellence in our music program. This year, I asked our senior class to honor this commitment through music. In honor of our past and our present, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the 2022 Carmen Costa Memorial Scholarship recipient, Kate O'Leary, to play Rondo in D major. Kate? Thank you, Kate. Each year, I meet with the class officers to discuss the selection of their guest speaker. I give one specific instruction, and that's to make sure that this person represents the entire class. It's now my pleasure to introduce today's guest speaker, chosen by the class of 2022. He has taught social studies in the Marcellus Central School District since 1993. He is a Lemoyne graduate. He is the husband of Kathleen and the father of Ben, William, and Claire. He is my colleague. He is my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Andrew Hunter.
Mr. Durkee told me to wear a blue sport coat, but I only put a sport coat or a suit on if I'm at a wedding or a funeral. And this is neither. Members of the Board of Education, Mrs. Brantner, Mrs. Charlo, Mr. Durkee, faculty, family, friends, class of 2022. To be asked to speak at graduation is always an honor. But when Eve Chapman and John White asked me to speak, it truly became a distinct privilege and a high honor. Simply because I, like so many, I love the class of 2022. Ask anyone. Ask teachers, ask counselors, ask administrators, ask coaches, ask anyone, and you will get the same response. The class of 2022 is unique, thoughtful, kind, funny, unforgettable, and an immensely talented group of young people. I am humbled to address you. So I'm a teacher. I've taught for over 3 decades. I teach. It's what I do. So it seemed altogether fitting that as I address you today, I should teach. Now, like a good teacher, I want to be clear, succinct, and brief. So here goes. One final lesson. Before we depart, we go our separate ways. Class of 2022, I have a mission for you. You need to do 3 things. Just 3. Build, love, and stand. First, build. Build a better world. We face enormous consequential problems today. Economic problems, environmental problems, problems of divisiveness, violence, and inequality. And these problems can seem mind-numbingly insurmountable. Well, class of 2020, remember this. These problems we face are solvable. But those solutions require profound commitment, determination, wisdom, and honesty. You have to be part of the solution. You cannot be complacent, you cannot look away, and you cannot wait for someone else to fix this. You have to build a better world. Build a world that is free of racism, discrimination, and intolerance. Build a world where such ugliness is relegated to the history books and is a thing of the past. Be forward thinking. Build a world that you want your children to live in. Better yet, build a world that you want your grandchildren to live and thrive in. So, class of 2022, build. But second, love. I can honestly say that love is the greatest thing in my life. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. Love transforms us. It heals us. Love gives us hope. Love motivates us to keep going. Love makes us selfless. Love makes the impossible possible. Love is the answer. So love your parents, love your family, love your friends, and tell them. I cannot tell you how many times my own children say the words, "I love you." They say it so often at the end of a text, at the conclusion of a phone call or a FaceTime, or simply at the end of just a long day. 3 simple words, "I love you." The 3 powerful words that make life immeasurably better. There's a powerful and an appropriate quote from the film Waking Ned Devine that goes like this: "The saddest words ever spoken at a funeral are the words of love and affection. that were never spoken in life. The saddest words ever spoken at a funeral are the words of love and affection that were never spoken in life. Do not make that mistake. Tell those who are nearest and dearest to you that you love them. But also, love learning. Commit yourself to the lifelong noble pursuit of knowledge. And love your country. How do you do that? Love your country by being a knowledgeable and informed and a participatory citizen. Ask questions, be involved, speak truth to power, and vote. Class of 2022, love. Third, stand. And by that I mean stand up, not literally. Stand up. There are so many in our society who are in need. Stand up for them. Stand up for the weak. Stand up for the marginalized. Stand up for those who are alone. Stand up for those who are abused. Stand up for those who are forgotten. Stand up for the poor. Stand up for the impoverished. Stand up for the hungry. Stand up for the homeless. Stand up and lend your hands to those who are in need. Stand up and be a voice for the voiceless. Stand up and be an advocate for the downtrodden. When you see injustice, when you see inequity, stand up against it and stand up to improve the lives of your fellow man. You have to stand up. For as the British statesman Edmund Burke once said, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing. Nothing cannot be your course. Stand up. Class of 2022, if you will do these three things, three simple things: build, love, and stand, you are certain, you are guaranteed to succeed. Now, there's a lot of definitions of success, but I love the definition of success by the American philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he said, quote, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. That is to have succeeded. Class of 2022, I know in my heart, I know in my soul that you will succeed and that you will make a positive and a transforming difference in this world. But you got to build, and you got to love, and you got to stand. Now get to it. Congratulations and best wishes to the amazing and the unforgettable Marcellus High School class of 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. I'll give you your jacket back. I don't think it'll fit. So, so many of you know that I'm very careful with my words. I don't call our seniors graduates until they get their diplomas, and it's now that time to make that transformation. The awarding of the high school diploma is a universal symbol of the end of a chapter of life and a beginning of a new. It is now time to transform our senior class into graduates of the Marcellus Central School District by awarding them their diplomas. I would ask the Board of Education President Mike McAuliffe to join me, and Superintendent Brantner will have the honor of reading our seniors' names and future plans. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the class of 2022.
Megan Elizabeth Alfreds. Megan plans to pursue a career as an emergency medical technician. Bobby Lynn Grace Amadon. Bobby Lynn plans to enroll at Onondaga Community College in the fall. Margaret Elizabeth Andrews. Margaret will be attending Centenary University in New Jersey. Ashley Rose Bandera. Ashley will be attending Onondaga Community College in the fall. Christopher Michael Barbero. Christopher will be attending Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Adam David Barbosa. Adam will be attending Onondaga Community College. Kiera Lynn Beeler. Kiera will be attending Onondaga Community College. Annalise Mindwell Bird. Annalise will be attending the University of Pittsburgh. Cameron Bowen. Cameron will be attending Onondaga Community College. Tyler Lee Brown. Tyler will be attending Clarkson University. Jack Buff. Jack will be attending the Pennsylvania College of Technology. Colin Michael Bergmeyer. Colin will be beginning his postgraduate academic career at OCC and then transferring to SUNY Cortland. Quinn Clarine Burnett. Quinn will be attending Lemoyne College in the fall. Hunter Michael Byrne. Hunter will be attending SUNY Brockport in the fall. Madison Claire Calvani. Madison will be attending Onondaga Community College. Ashley Marlena Campbell. Ashley plans to become an emergency medical technician. And Hannah Rose Card. Hannah will be attending Lemoyne College in the fall. Emma Rose Carver. Emma will be attending SUNY New Paltz. Caitlin Cynthia Kassler. Caitlin will be attending Cayuga Community College. Eve Helen Christine Chapman. Eve will be attending the University of Delaware. Gavin Michael Ciota. Gavin will be attending Virginia Tech. Leah Bailey Clark. Leah will be attending Niagara University. Angelina Maria Coleman. Angelina will be attending Colgate University. Jack Edward Conklin. Jack will be attending the University at Albany. Aiden Joseph Cook. Aiden has enlisted in the United States Navy. Danielle Julie Kopp. Danielle will be attending SUNY Oneonta in the fall. Malia Rose Kaus. Malia will be attending SUNY Geneseo. Caden Stewart Cox. Caden is undecided at this time, but we know he will do great things. Wyatt Francis Cox. Wyatt will be entering the workforce upon graduation. Cole Avery Crozier. Cole will be attending Teal College in the fall. Marcus Michael Darminio. Marcus will be attending Alfred University. Jennifer Marie Chrysler will be entering the workforce as a cosmetologist. Gavin George Deneen. Gavin will be attending Onondaga Community College. Thomas Patrick Donahue III. Thomas will be attending Florida Gulf Coast University. Brendan Allen Donath. Brendan will be entering the workforce as an employee at the Onondaga County Water Authority. Kendall Madison Eaton. Kendall will be attending SUNY Morrisville in the fall. Lauren Catherine Faulkner. Lauren will be heading to the University of Delaware. Brooklyn Renee Finardi. Brooklyn will be attending the University of Tennessee at Knoxville. Timothy James Finn. Timothy will be attending Onondaga Community College. Michael Harrington Flynn. Michael will be attending SUNY Binghamton. Ryan Joseph Flynn. Ryan will be attending St. John Fisher. Daniel Martin Fox. Daniel has been accepted into the Onondaga Community College Honors Program. Jason Patrick Foy. Jason will be attending Onondaga Community College in the fall. Aubrey Peyton Frere. Aubrey will be attending Onondaga Community College in the fall. Maria Josie Frost. Maria is undecided at this time, but we know she will go on to do great things. Colin Matthew Gerbsch. Colin will be attending Onondaga Community College. Grady Roger Germain. Grady will be attending the University of Colorado at Boulder. William James Goldsworthy IV. William will be attending SUNY Brockport. Elaine Helen Groton. Elaine will be heading off to Marist College. Mason Patrick Grebe. Mason will be attending Syracuse University. Brendan Guerin. Brendan will be attending Louisiana State University. Connor Joseph Haney. Connor plans to enter the workforce as a certified emergency medical technician. Alexander Percival Hanford. Alex will be attending the American Musical and Dramatic Academy. George Magnus Hanford. George will be attending the Florida Institute of Technology. Aiden Michael Harder. Aiden plans to join the workforce upon graduation. Richard Lewis Haynes. Richard is undecided at this time, but we know he will do great things. Tyler Henry Hare. Tyler has enlisted in the United States Air Force. Zachary Raymond Hare. Zachary will be continuing his education at a trade school. Gabriel Edward Hogue. Gabe will be attending the University of Rochester. Harry Patrick Hoy. Harry will be attending Nazareth College. Nathan Michael Hoover. Nathan will be attending the Onondaga Community College. Haley Marie Hudson. Haley will be attending Syracuse University in the fall. Matthew Adam Hyatt. Matthew plans to pursue a career in auto mechanics. Carl Michael Jandrew. Carl plans to attend Onondaga Community College in the fall. Colin Thomas Johnson. Colin plans to attend SUNY Cortland in the fall. Marcelo Juarez. Marcelo plans to become a residential painter. Joseph Alexander Matthew Kaufman. Joseph plans to attend Onondaga Community College. Angelina Renee Ketterer. Angelina plans to enter the workforce upon graduation. Eunice Biol Kim. Eunice plans to attend the University at Buffalo. Kylie Susan Kimple. Kylie plans to attend Onondaga Community College in the fall. Zachary Thomas Kissel. Zach plans to attend Mohawk Valley Community College. Virginia Francesca Lucchetti. Virginia plans to attend SUNY Plattsburgh. Melissa Jean Lukens. Melissa plans to attend Onondaga Community College. Chloe Elizabeth Mack. Chloe plans to attend Syracuse University. Elizabeth Ray McLaughlin. Elizabeth plans to join the workforce upon graduation. Emma Louise McLaughlin. Emma will be attending St. John Fisher in the fall. Catherine Mary McLaughlin. Catherine will be attending Nazareth College. Mary Christine Mahoney. Mary will be attending Onondaga Community College. Skylar Allison Maris. Skylar plans to attend Onondaga Community College. Lauren Taylor Masters. Lauren will be attending the Rochester Institute of Technology. Jenna Nicole Madison. Jenna will be attending Nazareth College. Jody Ray Mazzoli Jr. Jody plans to enter the workforce upon graduation. Peter Francis McCaffrey. After a gap year, Peter will be attending Texas A&M University. Gina Florence McGivern. Gina will be attending SUNY Binghamton. Alyssa Jean McShane. Alyssa will be attending Hobart and William Smith Colleges. Brielle Ann McShane. Brielle will be attending St. Bonaventure. Michaela Noli Meyer. Michaela will be attending Onondaga Community College. Sarah Ashley Melnicki. Sarah will be attending SUNY Brockport. Michael Charles Miller. Michael will be attending Onondaga Community College. Daniel Robert Mitchell. Dan will be attending the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. Peggy Maxwell Morocco. Peggy is headed off to Liberty University in the fall. Thomas Owen Moser, Jr. Thomas will be attending Onondaga Community College. Emily Elizabeth Moses. Emily heads off to Georgetown University. Daniel Clifford O'Connor. Dan plans to attend Onondaga Community College. Kate Mary O'Leary. Kate will be attending Syracuse University. Michael Christopher Ossett. Michael will be entering the workforce upon graduation. Cadence Michelle Phillips. Cadence has enlisted in the United States Army. Natalie Marie Pidgamini. Natalie plans to attend SUNY Oswego in the fall. Samuel Cole Pozesnik. Sam will be attending Onondaga Community College. Lucy Ann Powell. Lucy will be attending Elon University. Alexis Alyssa Randall. Alexis will be attending Onondaga Community College. Natalie Rose Fitz Randolph. Natalie will be attending the Rochester Institute of Technology. Jamil Royale Reese. Jamil will be attending Onondaga Community College. Elijah Wolf Ritter. Elijah will be attending Onondaga Community College. Addison May Roberts. Addison will be attending Hobart and William Smith Colleges in the fall. Hannah Grace Rogalia. Hannah will be attending SUNY Binghamton. Ty Zachary Earl Roaming. Ty will be attending Cayuga Community College. Emma Catherine Roseboom. Emma will be attending James Madison University. Mila Helena Salvagno. Mila will be attending Onondaga Community College. Carl George Santorello. Carl will be attending St. John Fisher. Haley Marie Satter. Haley will be attending Arizona State University. Victor Daniel Schvetz. Victor will be attending Lemoyne College. Holly Ann Southern. Holly will be attending SUNY Geneseo. Anna Kim Spitzer. Anna will be attending John Carroll University. Molly Catherine Stanton. Molly will be attending SUNY New Paltz. Heidi Jean Steigerwald. Heidi will be attending the University of Connecticut. Miranda Jean Stewart. Miranda will be attending the University of North Carolina at Wilmington. Adam John Sullivan. Adam will be attending Lemoyne College. Tyler Stanley Shala. Tyler will be attending Onondaga Community College. Katie Elizabeth Tierney. Katie will be attending Roberts Wesleyan. Kyle Lee Updegrove. Kyle will be continuing his education at an adult BOCES program. Madeline Grace Vetch. Madeline will be attending SUNY Cortland. Matthew Paul Vitale. Matthew will be attending Lemoyne College. Austin John Voss. Austin has been accepted into the honors program at Onondaga Community College. Caleb Alexander Walzer. Caleb will be studying at SUNY Adirondack. John Kobe Walsh. John will be studying to be an electrical maintenance technician. Ava Catherine Watling. Ava will be attending the University at Buffalo. Mitchell Nolan Weeks. Mitchell is currently undecided, but we know he will go on to do great things. John Terrence White. John plans to attend Mercyhurst University in the fall. Aiden Drew Wiley. Aiden plans to attend St. Lawrence University. And last, but definitely not least, Caitlin Grace Warden. Caitlin plans to attend SUNY Cortland.
I would like the class of 2022 to stand. The graduation tassel attached to a mortarboard represents a belonging. From this day forward, the class of 2022 belongs to the long, proud history of Marcellus Central School District. Like those who sat here before, tassel to the right, by turning your tassel, you join the tradition. With diploma in hand, I offer congratulations to the class of 2022, 129th graduating class of Marcellus High School. And at this time, I ask you to move your tassels, signifying graduates of Marcellus Senior High School. Not yet. I'll tell you when to throw. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the commencement exercises of the class of 2022. I'd like to extend a sincere congratulations and heartfelt best wishes to each and every member of the graduating class. There will be a reception outside. The graduates are going to recess to the front of the school, so that's where we will meet them. I'll ask you to remain in your seats until the graduates have left the auditorium. Ladies and gentlemen, seniors, it's now time. You can throw your caps. Congratulations.